Hi guys, hope you're well and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Microsoft Flight Simulator. I was originally going to do a flight with the CRJ over in the US again, but the Neo, since I've last flown it, has actually changed quite a bit. And well, for one, there's VNav now, so hopefully that should be a nice thing to test out. And the EFB's had a fair few updates, so I'll be more than happy to show those off to you. In any case, we're at Berlin-Brandenburg. I've got many stories to tell about the construction of this airport, but I will leave them for another time. And we're taking the Neo again in the EasyJet Neo livery, which I actually quite like, to Edinburgh. So we're effectively just linking two capitals, really, aren't we? Yeah, so we're linking the capital of Germany and the capital of Scotland with each other today as EasyJet Flight 5547 with call sign EZ72 Hotel Lima. We're on VATSIM again. There doesn't appear to be much traffic. ATC at Berlin's offline. That is quite stuttery. Yeah, so there's no ATC online at Berlin. I think sort of everyone's got lives and is working. I'm off uni for the time being. So yeah, let's get into the cockpit and finish our setup. So first, just reset that before it scares me. Right, okay, so I've already refueled. The IRSs are aligning and boarding is happening, as they say. So, one of the many things that's been updated is the nice voice crack, is the FlyPad or the EFB. So, obviously the layout has changed quite a bit. You've got sort of a much nicer view of your metars. You can change it from raw data to normal, to sort of simplified data. I'll just keep it on raw. If you connect it to Navigraph, which I haven't because I've got it on my laptop, you can pin charts. Obviously change your failures as you used to be able to. And you also now get checklists on the EFB, which is very nice. Obviously I'll have to sort Navigraph out at some other point. Again, I use it on my laptop. There's just not much for me to do. So I've ran through cockpit preparation checklist and everything on that looks fine. And I'll run through this checklist in just a bit. So for the time being, what we can do is go to our MCDU. Make sure I've got everything set. I think I've got everything set, but no harm in checking. Right, that's all set. So what we can do is we can go to our init page, request the data off that, let that all populate. That's all fine. Our block fuel today is around 8.5 tons. So just pop that. Okay, thank you. So I'll just pop that into our block fuel window. Zero fuel weight, CG can wait for now. I'll just pop that in once we finish boarding. Okay, perf page will wait for when we're done as well. Transition altitude is the one thing I forgot to check. Go me indeed. Transition altitude I think is 5,000 anyway, but I'll give it a better look anyway. Yep, transition altitude and initial climb actually is 5,000, but there's no ATC, so at this point we can just depart, climb out and see what happens. Right, okay. So the weather in Berlin is fairly interesting. It's quite cloudy. I mean, it's very obvious that it's quite cloudy. Pressure is fairly low, almost coming up to a 3-digit QNH. And the wind, if I will go onto a flight pad, is 270 at 1.5, gusting to 2.5 knots, which is alright for a 2.5 left departure, which is more than alright for a 2.5 left departure actually. So we'll be off. Ooh, blimey, this, oh god, yeah, this is so it'll be a 2.5 left departure for us today. Must point out as well, it is Ramadan. Oh my god, this is horrible. I must point out as well, it is Ramadan, so Ramadan Kareem to all those who are celebrating, and I myself am fasting as well. So I will warn you, there might be a few hiccups here and there. Okay, enough about that. So flight plan page, set our departure as runway 25 left, with 4,000 meters worth of runway to play with. We'll be on the SUKIP 1 November departure. Insert that. Have a look. That all looks fine. The weather at Edinburgh doesn't appear to be changing, so what we can do is go to that and set our arrival as the ILS for 24, and we should be on the AGPED 1 Echo arrival, so you can insert that as well. Now normally I wouldn't do this for a flight that short, for a flight that long rather, but the weather doesn't appear to be changing much, so you could effectively just, you know, you could effectively just get it all in. We're transitioning by Tango Lima Alpha, I forgot which VOR that is. I'm not actually sure. I believe it's Tala, as in the VOR is called Tala. Yeah, it is Tala, right, okay. We'll be transitioning by the Tala VOR, but what that then does is it forces us to sort of go back on ourselves. So if I switch to the plan mode on our display quickly, got a purple hue on it now as well. It's very nice. It's little things like that really truly impress me. Anyway, so what we can do is we can end up scrolling through our flight plan. What you'll end up seeing is this monstrosity. So although actually there is a way to do it with no transition, so we'll see how that goes. Go back to ILS24. No, that's going extremely well, isn't it? Right, okay. Go back there. Select the same star, no vires, which should, in theory, have it all sorted. So come in and have a look again. I'd rather sort this out on the ground before, or I'd rather sort this out on the ground rather than in the air on our way. Right, that looks fairly standard, but we don't get the arc. So you know what, I'll have to pop in the Tala approach via, but then remove some waypoints manually. All fun and games. All fun and games. Right, Tala VOR we can clear. That we can move up. We can clear the. I'm so used to flying with CRJ, I just clicked on the waypoint and expected it to sort of copy and paste up. No, we need to clear the discontinuity. There we go. What we can do as well is we can clear that discontinuity, or rather we can clear that waypoint and then its associated discontinuity. So what will then end up doing is it will force us to sort of go back on ourselves again as well. That looks absolutely fine. We'll keep it like that. Super. Okay, back to the ARC page. What we can do as well is we'll set 5,000 on our MCP, because that'll be our initial climb, or is in theory our initial climb. We're cruising at flight level 360 today, so not too low, not too high. Go back to our MCDU menu and actually have a look at how boarding's doing. Okay, so back rows are filled out. We've got 129 out of 174 on board. We should be departing now, but sort of I'm running off Lebanese timing, which is all fun and games. What we can do in the meantime actually is pre-plan our pushback. So we're facing, give or take, west at the moment. We're taking off of 25 left. So what we want to end up doing is we want to face south on our pushback. So what we can do is not that. Oh god, this amazes me. The more I use it, it's incredible. What we can do is we can pop that there. Let's say put that there. Just so we sort of don't. Right, that needs to spin around a bit more as well. Yeah, what we want to do is we want to sort of push back there, not onto the road. Although I don't really think we can do that. Anyway, just put that there, and I think that'll do. Just press enter. I'll just keep it for when we actually end up pushing back. Right, a good idea as well actually is to pop the fuel pumps on and start the APU. So fuel pumps on, APU on, just turn the bleed on as well. We're doing a ROS bleed start as is standard on the Neo. Flaps open and it should be firing up now. Very good. There you go. Go outside and hear it firing up. You can see a little haze coming out of the exhaust duct as well. Oops. I think what we can do as well is just kill off the baggage van. You know, I'll just keep them on until we're ready to push back. It'll be external power I'll be getting rid of first, I think. Yeah, I can't be the only one who's noticed a like little purple hue, or the purplish hue on the displays. Like part of me knows it's realistic, part of me is scared it's my graphics card on its way out, which it really shouldn't be considering it's brand new. Right, okay, that's the APU on. Kill off the external power. And toolbar pushback, please. Go to aircraft and remove the ground power unit, and if we peek outside, that should be disappearing. Back into the cockpit. Yep, back into the cockpit, and boarding should almost be completed. So from that I can do my sort of takeoff calculations on the magic spreadsheet, which I'm not convinced works, but we move. We really do be moving. So runway heading off of 25 left, if I recall correctly, is about, well, it's about 245, so it's just about. I got boarding completed. That just scared me again. So runway heading is 245. The airfield's around 149 feet. AMSL. And it's a 4,000 meter long runway. Wind is 27015. Outside air temperature is 8 degrees centigrade. It's got a
Ladies and
QNH
gentlemen from the flight deck, on behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, and
let the
cabin crew, I'd like to
do
take
its
this
thing.
time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to receive final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
Zero fuel weight of 60.6 tons and a CG of 24.1. That's a fairly heavy takeoff weight actually, very good. We do love to see it. So we should be trimming at 1 degree up. So flaps 1 and up 1. Quite a low flex temp actually, flexing to 53 today. Usually used to a flex temp of in the 60s, but we're obviously fairly heavy, so that's different today. V1 is 148 knots. Okay, so the aircraft and the spreadsheet seem to think differently, but I'll just go by the spreadsheet. Rotate at 152 and V2 at 153. Reasonable. Go back to our flight plan page. Perf page looks fine, init page looks fine, flight plan page, yeah, we'll keep it on flight plan page. Okay, with that, what you can do is go through our before start checklist. This is another thing that's fairly cool. You get a checklist on your FB. So if parking brake is set, our takeoff speeds and thrust are calculated, both windows are closed, and what you can do is, well, once before we push back, is turn the beacon on. What I'll do now is I'll get rid of baggage and I'll get rid of the stairs. That's it. Both should be disappearing. Hopefully the doors will be closing as well. There we go. Baggage belt fella is taking his time. Superb. Right, what we can do is turn the beacon light on.
Flight attendants, arm doors, and cross-check.
That's the before start checklist completed. Okay, so what we can do now is let Toolbar Pushback do its thing.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
I actually want to have a look at these. Yeah, that's fair enough. It's hard to think. Well, both the aircraft and Toolbar Pushback are free. Flight Sim community is never failing to deliver. It's fantastic.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
So we are pushing back about 7 minutes late. Fantastic.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
And with that, we will release the parking brakes.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Right, clear on the left and clear on the right. Well, clear on the right and clear on the left. Okay, that's not doing what I thought it would be, but okay. Start the block timer. Engine mode selected to start, and starting engine number 2. There we go. Trying to remember which the cameras that I use fairly often. There we go. The leap's firing up. Go back to the cockpit and have a look at the figures itself rather than rather than geeking out over the engine start. That look a good start on engine number 2. Go back to the wing view. Oh, that's engine 2 available, and we can start engine 1. And this is some PTU thrash.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Oh, fantastic.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Ground. You may disconnect.
Should be a
Roger.
relatively
Engine
easy taxi
start.
for us.
Cleared to disconnect. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Right, anti-ice we don't actually need. I should have a rudder trim as well to make sure that's neutral. Cockpit door I want to lock as well. Taking a fair amount of time to start the engines today, actually. Right, while that's going on, actually, we can perform the rest of our pre-take of items. So, auto brakes and speed brakes we can arm appropriately. Right, that's a good start on engine number 1. Flick the engine mode selector back to normal. Turn the APU bleed off. And if we go back to the APU page, flap should be shutting, and hopefully that will close. Well, eventually. I keep forgetting what the actual procedure is to shut the APU off. I never seem to get it right. Right, in any case, what we can do is we can go to our flight control page and we'll check our flight controls. So, start with rudder, full left, full right, neutral, elevators, full down, full up, neutral, ailerons, full left, full right, neutral. Pitch trim is going to be up 1 degree, and we can go back to the wing view and well, watch our flaps come down, really, can't we? So that is the wrong tab. There we go. Set our flaps to setting number 1. Wicked. Right. Anytime, please. Right, so what we can do as well is we can turn our taxi light on. Keep that as is. Right, super. Okay. Back to our checklist. ECAM status checked and pitch trim checked. Our start checklist complete. We checked our flight controls. We've set our flaps. Radar and predicted wind shear will keep as is. Because obviously we don't want to turn our there we go, now the APU is shut off. We don't want to turn our weather radar on while we're taxiing and frighten people. Right, okay. Perfect. Off we go. Right, so it should be a fairly easy taxi. So we're taxiing down Victor 1 now. And we'll turn... I don't know if there's a standard taxi route or not, but there's no one around, so what we'll do is we'll turn left onto Alpha, or left onto Bravo, see what we're in the mood for. Turn left onto one of them, and then take off of 25 left. So yeah, 25 left is that runway there going from left to right, so it should be a fairly straightforward taxi. Well, I say straightforward as if we don't have to turn left, but it should be a fairly straightforward taxi nonetheless. brakes work. Alright, cool. Right, he's landing on 25 right from the sounds of it. That's Bravo. So we'll turn onto Alpha. Clear on both. Just dab the brakes on a little bit. We don't want to sort of Tokyo drift it into the turn. Don't want to be causing discomfort to the passengers. I always overestimate how, or rather underestimate, how well this turns with nose wheel steering. I'm just so used to flying it before it obviously got a tiller that I'm sort of just used to whacking it in. Right, you know what, I think what I'll do now is I'll turn the weather radar and predicted wind shear on before I forget. Just turn that on. TCAS TR8, turn the transponder on. Wicked. Right, what we can do is we can check the cabin, just give him a ring. And TO config normal. Okay, so radar and predicted wind shear on and auto, ECAM memo takeoff no blue and checklist complete. Okay, so this next checklist item I think is designed to be run by a well, obviously by a two-person cockpit or two-person flight deck, but we're flying on R1s, so just have to pretend our co-pilot is doing things. Let's take a look outside. Oh, all of the lights, and we are veering very far to the right, and now we're veering very far to the left. Well, that's radical centrism. Right, okay, so once again, clear from the left and hopefully clear from the right. We'll now make our turn onto runway 25 right. Not 25 right, 25 left, sorry. Thank God that's a checklist item. And we'll let advisory know, or we'll let Unicom know of our intentions. Okay. Berlin traffic, EZ72 Hotel Lima, departing runway 25 left on the SUKIP 1 November departure. Berlin traffic. Oh, that was embarrassing. Anyway, before I forget, turn offs on.
Berlin traffic. 159 IS 25 right.
He is barely readable. Right, okay.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
I want to turn my nose lights on, please. Right, okay. Let's get ourselves lined up. Right, just chuck the parking brakes on quickly, just make sure we haven't forgotten anything. Right. I don't think we have forgotten anything. Although force of habit has forgotten one thing. Anyway, start the clock. Put power in. Nose down. Take off. Manflex 53, SRS runway, auto thrust blue. Oh, 100 knots. ourselves centered. V1, rotate. V2. Oh god, that wind's nasty. Positive climb, gear up. So we've got to fly to 660 feet and then make a left turn. Just hand fly the aircraft for a bit. God, that wind is terrible. Right, okay. Climb thrust, pitch down. And take it straight into the clouds. So what I can do as well is turn the autopilot on. Because there's no ATC, I'll just whack it straight up to 36. There we go. Okay, eventually we'll end up getting to our flat retraction speeds, so which we are at now, so speed check, flaps up. Oh god, this weather is horrid. And I forgot to run through the checklist, so we basically identified everything, so it's not too bad. Okay, and we don't have to do anything until approach. Turn the EFB off for now, and we'll get back to it later. Right, what I will do as well is I'll zoom out our maps. Oh, before I had constraints on, okay. Right, okay. I actually had airboards on and there's like every sort of airfield in range. Right, 5,000 feet already, that's our transition altitude, so we'll set our altimeters to standard. Somehow try and see if we've allowed turn offs off. Turn offs and nose light off even. At least the ceiling isn't that high. I think that little purple dot is when we're expected to reach 10,000. Although I'm not sure, I haven't flown this aircraft for a while, so there will be some incorrections. Oh, hello. Someone just popped up on our TCAS. Good God, this weather is horrible. There we go, that should be our right turn on our SUD. Rather, a slight initial right turn. You've got a little top climb indicator there, which is pretty handy. Okay, so passing 10,000, turn our landing lights off. I'll keep the fasten seatbelt signs on for now because well, we still have a fair few turns to make. How close is that guy? Ooh. Okay. Right, in that case, I think I'll just end up going direct to SUKIP. Save ourselves some trouble. And besides, it'll just save us on distance, won't it? So may as well go for it. Okay, there we go. Crisis averted, hopefully. And yeah, you know what? We'll just turn the fasten seatbelt sign off. There we go. Ciao. Okay, so it is starting to clear up a tiny bit. Well, it clears up a tiny bit the higher you go, so I'm not too fussed. It's really horrible down there though. Just hope the weather doesn't give us as many issues coming into Edinburgh. Who knows, Edinburgh, the ATC at Edinburgh might be online by the time we arrive, so that should be nice. In any case, though, that was the departure out of Berlin. And yeah, that's the departure out of Berlin. Enjoy the cinematics once again, and I will see you on our arrival. Hello, welcome back, and you join us now in our descent. Right, Edinburgh radar is online. Well, I need to contact them now, so...
Ryanair 782, turn left 320 degrees.
Ryanair 782, turn left, heading 320 degrees.
247, leave tartan, heading 020 degrees.
Leave tartan 020, fly 247.
Edinburgh radar, good afternoon. Easy 72 Hotel Lima out of flight level 267 at band AGPED.
ED72 Hotel Lima, Edinburgh radar, good afternoon. Vector ILS approach runway 24, number 4 traffic, squawk 0434.
Just pop 03434 into a transponder. Expect ILS runway 24, number 4 in traffic and squawk 0434, Easy 72 Hotel Lima.
Ryanair 782, speed 220 knots.
Right, okay, so I was AFK for a bit. I didn't realise they told me to contact them. And
Flyer 247, descend to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 998 hectopascals.
right, okay.
Down to 5,000, QNH 998, fly 247.
ED736 Delta, descend flight level 80.
What we can do is
Flight level 80, easy 736 Delta.
get an ATIS.
ED72 Hotel Lima, descend flight level 200.
Send flight level 200, Easy 72 Hotel Lima. Right, okay. Well, we're being capped off at flight level 200.
Ryanair 782, descend to altitude 3,000 feet, speed 180 knots.
Speed 180 knots, descend to 3,000 feet.
Yeah, I reckon we're being made to hold at Tartan, which should be interesting.
Flyer 247, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, you have 26 track miles to touchdown.
Descending flight level 40, fly 247.
ED736 Delta, leave tartan heading 020 degrees.
Leave tartan heading 020 degrees, easy 736 Delta.
ED72 Hotel Lima, descend flight level 160.
Delta 160, Easy 72 Hotel Lima. Right, okay.
Golf Bravo, India, report you're passing altitude, climb now flight level 250.
Passing 3,500 and 250, Brave India.
Ryanair 782, turn left 280 degrees, clear ILS approach runway 24.
Clear ILS approach runway 24, turn heading left 200 degrees.
Flyer 247, turn left 340 degrees.
Left 340, fly 247.
Quite busy, I wasn't expecting it to be this busy. Fair play.
Edinburgh radar, hello again. Scandinavian 05 Mike Tango, holding for 24 at Delta 1.
Scandinavian 05 Mike Tango radar, hello, Delta 1, line up and meet runway 24.
Lining up 24.
Yeah, that's the point. See if my ATIS is printed out.
Ryanair 782, confirm that heading 280 degrees.
Right, okay, Reservation Juliet. So
Would you be able to repeat that, Ryanair 782?
Ryanair 782, confirm that heading 280 degrees.
280 degrees, Ryanair 782.
Ryanair 782, you visual with the airfield?
No, I'm currently in a load of clouds.
But if you can't control the aircraft, I need you to disconnect with too many aircraft coming in.
Okay, cool.
ED736 Delta, descend to altitude 6,000 feet, Edinburgh, QNH 998 hectopascals, you have 30 track miles to touchdown.
Descend 6,000 feet, QNH 998 hectopascals, CET 736 Delta.
Edinburgh radar, Scandinavian 05 Mike Tango, ready for departure.
ED72 Hotel Lima, descend flight level 120.
Flight level 120, Easy 72 Hotel Lima. Fair play, he is keeping us going.
Scandinavian 05 Mike Tango 1260 degrees 12 knots, runway 24, clear takeoff.
24, clear takeoff, Scandinavian 05 Mike Tango.
ED736 Delta, descend to altitude 5,000 feet, speed 220 knots.
Well, I don't
5000
think
speed 220,
can't be
easy
talking
56,
quite a bit
736 Delta.
because, well, sort of need to listen out.
ED72 Hotel Lima, route direct Tartan.
Direct Tartan, easy 72 Hotel Lima.
Ryanair 782, if you're staying with me, descend to altitude 1,700 feet further with the glide.
Fantastic. That's what we love to
Descend
hear.
altitude 1,700 feet, Ryanair 782.
Flyer 247, descend
Bit
to
of rain.
altitude 3,000 feet, speed 180
Interesting.
knots.
Down to 3,000, speed 180 knots, flight 247.
Golf Bravo India, route direct to Nashville.
Direct Nashville, Bravo India.
Scandinavian 059 Tango, airborne.
Ryanair
So
663
TCAS
Quebec
below as
Victor,
well.
maintain
Give you an
present
idea.
heading, speed to 250 knots, report ahead.
It's getting a bit bumpy as well. This time.
Speed 250 knots, Ryanair 63 Quebec Victor.
And just confirm that head. Flyer 247, you're going to go through the localizer, it's a left turn heading 220 degrees to close the localizer from the right, report established.
220 degrees and we'll catch the localizer from the right, flight 247, I'll report.
Scandinavian 05 Mike Tango, report your passing altitude.
3,200.
Scandinavian 05 Mike Tango, roger, climb now, flight level 250.
He's really got his hands full.
Scandinavian
What we
05
can do
Mike
as
Tango.
well is go back to our checklist.
Ryanair 6 Quebec Victor, descend flight level 150.
Right, that's all fine. That's all fine. Barrow reference, I'd take our alternative, but we know it's Simon 908, so we can mark that as complete.
Radar Golf Bravo India.
Ryanair 6 Quebec Victor, descend flight level 150.
Flight level 150, Ryanair 63.
ED736 Delta 18 track miles, turn left 330 degrees, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, speed 180 knots.
That's 330 degrees, 4,000 gun speed at 180 knots, easy 736 Delta.
Golf Bravo India, pass message.
Bravo India, can you confirm November Alpha Victor Sierra Oscar?
AFOP, correct.
Thank you.
ED72 Hotel Lima, fly heading 010 degrees, descend flight level 80.
010 degrees, flight level 80, easy 70 Hotel Lima. Right,
Flight
so
247 established from 824.
010 and
Ryanair 247, speed 160 knots, operator, continue approach.
Okay, chuck that back in.
Edinburgh radar, Ryanair 47 Victor, taxiing order point Delta 1.
Ryanair 47, back to Edinburgh, good afternoon, wind 260 degrees, 12 knots, runway 24, clear takeoff.
Runway 24, clear for takeoff, Ryanair 47 Victor.
ED736 Delta, descend to altitude 3,000 feet.
Oh god, that was
3,000 feet, easy
fat
736
turbulence.
Delta.
Ryanair 6 Quebec Victor, turn left 330 degrees, descend flight level 120.
This will be a fun landing.
Flight 120, I can you repeat the head in Ryanair 63 Quebec Victor?
Ryanair 6 Quebec Victor, turn left 330 degrees, descend flight level 120.
330 degrees down, flight level 120, Ryanair 63 Quebec Victor.
ED72 Hotel Lima, speed 220 knots, descend to altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 998 hectopascals.
Then 6,000 speed, 220 knots, and QNH 998, easy 70 Hotel Lima. Alright, perfect. We've finally been descended below transitions.
ED736 Delta, turn left 275, clear
All we
ILS
have to
approach,
do
runway
is
24.
chuck speed brakes in.
That's 275, clear ILS approach, 24, easy 736 Delta.
ED72 Hotel Lima, descend to altitude 4,000 feet.
4,000 feet, easy 70 Hotel Lima.
Golf Bravo India, Scottish offline, Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
128, thanks for your help, bye.
Who needs pressure anyway? Oh my word, that is some very nasty cloud.
Ryanair 6 at 3, Quebec Victor, descend flight level 100.
Cheeky 40 knot crosswind as well.
Flight
Good
level 100
God.
Ryanair 6 3, Quebec Victor, speed 220 knots.
220 knots, Ryanair 6 go.
Flyer 247, wind 260 degrees, wind 2 knots, runway 24, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 24, offline 247.
Ryanair 782, could we have vectors into the ILS approach on 24?
Ryanair 782, I have been trying. Are you ready for vectors now?
Yep, everything is stable and we're good to go.
Ryanair 782, roger, turn left 250 degrees and climb to altitude 4,000 feet.
Tell you what, trying to bleed the speed off is proving extremely difficult.
Climb to altitude 4,000 feet and turn left heading 250 degrees.
Easy 736 Delta, fully established on 024.
Ryanair 736 Delta, roger, continue approach speed 160 knots till 4 is number 2.
Yeah,
Continue number
speed check
2,
flaps
160 until 4, easy 736 Delta.
Maybe not.
Ryanair 47 Victor, report your passing altitude.
Passing flight level 30, Ryanair 47 Victor.
Air 47 Victor, thank you, climb now flight level 250.
250, Ryanair 47 Victor.
ED72 Hotel Lima, 21 track miles, turn left 320 degrees.
Left 320 degrees, easy 70 Hotel Lima.
Ryanair 63 correct Victor, turn right 035, descend to flight level 80.
Maybe I should push it into the wind, and we shouldn't have many
Ryanair 350 on descend to flight level 80, Ryanair 63 go.
Scandinavian 05, Mike Tango, Scottish offline, Unicorn 1228, bye bye.
Unicorn 122.8, good day.
Oh my god. Right, chuck the ILS. ILS is on as well. I want to chuck the other ILS on, but all the clumsiness is coming out to play. Well, I might want to shallow out the descent as well, because that is honestly grim. I'm genuinely struggling to...
Ryanair 63 Quebec Victor, descend to altitude 5,000 feet between H9 and 8 hectopascals.
5,000 feet, QNH 9988, Ryanair 63 Quebec.
This is horrible.
Ryanair 63 Quebec Victor, turn right 050 degrees.
050 degrees, Ryanair 63 Quebec.
Right, at some point he'll...
ED72 Hotel Lima, descend to altitude 3,000 feet, speed 180 knots.
3,000 feet, speed 180 knots, easy 72 Hotel Lima. Right, okay. Into 3,000 at 180. Just give us a bit of a stronger descent as well. Although, I might check the speed brakes back in. Well, I have to, don't I?
Ryanair 63 Quebec Victor, 24 track miles, descend to altitude 4,000 feet.
I've never had one. And I've got my landing lights, good god. Oh jeez.
Flyer 247, welcome, contact ground 121.75, bye bye.
Ground's online as well, so 2175. I'll bot that on. Cool. Come on, slow down, please. Oh my word, this is terrible. I knew I forgot something, and I only realised it at 3,000 feet. Right, okay.
Ryanair 782, turn right, right heading 080 degrees.
Turn heading right 080 degrees.
Let's pop the speed brakes back and arm them.
ED72 Hotel Lima, turn left 275, cleared ILS approach runway 24.
Left 275, cleared ILS approach runway 24, easy 70 Hotel Lima.
Ryanair 63 Quebec Victor, 20 track miles, turn left 335.
Right, speed check, flaps free, alarm below localizer. Could arm approach mode if I'm being honest, so. Right, okay, that should hopefully put us on track for the approach. Right, that looks fine. So, Any moment now we should be catching the localizer. And hopefully be done with this. What I can do as well is go to the perf page and activate the approach phase. Just before I forget, so... Approach mode is on. It's not actually. Approach mode is on.
ISXC, Quebec Victor, speed 180 knots, descend to altitude 3000
Should be catching the glide slope anytime soon.
180 knots and descend to altitude 3.
The localizer not too long after that. Because the glide slope and localizer are blue, glide slope should go green. Right about now, there we go. And localizer's gone green as well. Fantastic. Didn't ask us to report established, but yeah. Alright. Tell you what, I can't see a thing, so we might actually have to cat free it until I can see something. Right, okay, let's go for it. So, it's GPWS doing its thing. Cockpit door locked. Speed brakes are armed. Auto brakes are armed. Still on flap 3.
ED70 Hotel Lima 126 degrees 12 knots, runway 24, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 24, Easy 72 Hotel Lima. Right, okay, so, clear to land, which I'm assuming means no speed restrictions.
ISXC, Quebec Victor, turn left 280 degrees, clear to ILS approach, runway 24.
Right, okay, can do is get some drag out, gear down, and speed check, flaps full. Just about to see it now.
Turn left 275, clear to ILS approach, runway 24.
We'll keep the autopilot on for now. All the lights on, it's good.
9847 Victor, Scottish offline, continue Unicom 123.8, bye.
122.8, Ryanair 47 seconds, thank you very much.
Oh, that is grim. That's honestly grim.
ISXC, Quebec Victor, once established, speed 160 knots till 40 ME.
That looks like the airfield there, so...
Roger, speed 160 knots, Ryanair 63.
Rather intense crabbing. Right, okay, so... Ring the cabin up now. That's ECAM memo, landing no blue. Fantastic, checklist complete. City of Edinburgh starting to form underneath us. Just let the autopilot do its thing for now. I'm not going to take it out just yet.
$1,000.
Oh jeez, this wind is terrible. I suppose it's head-on enough for it to not be as bad as it could be, so, you know, it could always be worse. Shane was really looking forward to seeing Edinburgh from the air. All I see is grey. All we're seeing is grey. You get to share my pain with me. Or at the very least I get to see all the lights on at Pyreegue, Edinburgh, so swings and roundabouts. I don't think I ever have. Fly over the hill here, don't you, so...
Ryanair 782, 21 track miles to touchdown, descend to altitude 3,000 feet.
Descend to altitude 3,000 feet, Ryanair 782.
My aircraft.
$200. Minimum.
Continue. Just keep us going.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
And floated it again.
10, 5.
There we go, touchdown. Try and keep us centered. Decel. Idle reverse. 80 knots, manual braking, stow reverses again. That wasn't as bad as I was thinking it would be. That could have honestly been a lot worse. Got the wipers don't work. Right. Don't stop a runway, please. Don't stop a runway.
EG72 Hotel Lima, welcome to Edinburgh taxi. Next left, Bravo, hold Alpha 12, contact ground 121.75, bye-bye.
Next left on Bravo, hold Alpha 12, contact ground 121.9. Easy 72 Hotel Lima, thank you.
The frequency 121.75.
Roger, 121.75, Easy 72 Hotel Lima. Right, okay, that was really awkward. I don't know why it stopped.
72, turn right 120 degrees.
Turn the brake fans
Turn
on
right
as well for good
120
measure.
degrees, Ryanair 782.
Alright, there's Bravo, and as radar told us, welcome to Edinburgh. It's 2 hours and 3 minutes on a flight time, so that's not too bad actually, considering we had a really fat headwind for most of our cruise.
Right, 60 correct, Victor, wind 60 degrees,
Stop the
12
landing
knots,
lights off.
runway 24, cleared land.
Nose lights to taxi.
Cleared
turn
runway
lights off
24,
as well.
Ryanair 63, Kilo Victor.
Strobes off as well. There you go. It was all going so well, and then it just stops me on the runway. Nice. Anyway, just keep going. We're instructed to switch over to ground at the holding point, which isn't for a while yet, so what you can do is just switch over to ground anyway, disarm the speed brakes, raise the flaps and just clean up. There we go. Thought I'd turn my strobes off. Why is it now not letting me move the camera? Right, okay, that's more like it. Okay. Right, strobes can come off. Seatbelts don't stay on, I'll turn the APU on as well. Right, he told us to hold at Alpha 12. Well, what I'll end up doing is I'll call him once we're at Alpha 12.
Edinburgh, ground Easy 373 Papa, ready for taxi.
Easy 373 Papa, taxi to holding point Delta 1 for runway 24 via Golf, Mike and Alpha.
Don't know why the texture on that aircraft hasn't loaded, but
Taxi to holding point Delta 1 at runway 24 via taxiway Golf, Mike and Alpha, Easy 373 Papa.
Edinburgh ground, good afternoon, Easy 72 Hotel Lima, holding point Alpha 2, taxi to the gate please.
Easy 72 Hotel Lima, Edinburgh ground, taxi to stand 8 via Echo and Foxtrot.
Echo Foxtrot to stand 8, Easy 72 Hotel Lima. Right, so that's Echo here. I need to turn my weather radar and my predictive wind shear off.
Good afternoon,
Stand
Edinburgh
8
ground.
thankfully isn't very far from here, so...
Kilo Victor on Alpha, represent taxi to the gate.
Ryanair 63 Quebec Victor, Edinburgh ground, taxi to stand 1 Alpha via Alpha and Echo.
That was a nice turn considering
Stand 1 Alpha via Alpha and Echo, Ryanair 63 Quebec.
Very busy at Edinburgh, I'm honestly quite surprised.
Edinburgh ground, Easy 897.
Easy 897 Edinburgh ground, pass your message.
Good afternoon, Easy 897, stand 19er, A320, request IFR2 Keflavik with information Kilo.
Easy 897,
nice flight,
clear to Keflavik via the Gotham 1 Charlie departure, squawk 6471, QNH 909 at 8 hectopascals.
Have a nose light off so we don't
Clear
blind
through the
anyone.
Golf 1 Charlie departure, squawk
Someone's
6471, Easy 897.
Right, okay.
Easy
Stand dates, ours.
897, feedback correct.
Showing the VDGS here doesn't work, but I mean I think it does, but you need to use a default MSFS ATC for it to actually do anything. It's kind of pointless in effect. Right, so we have to look outside to sort of get a relative guide of how far we're going. Always fun. And with that, yeah, that'll do. Solid. Parking brake on. APU's all on, and with that, just kill the engines. Get Toolbar Pushback back up. Pull the GPU in, if it'll let us. There we go. Okay, wicked. There's no jetway here, so we'll have to get some stairs out, if it will let us. And the answer to that is no, they won't. Nah, they won't. Alright, cool, so our folks are stuck on our plane and they're just gonna teleport off the plane, because I will go into the MCDU menu, into weight and balance, into the AOC menu, I said into weight and balance, set that to 0, not send the OFP request, no, I'll do that, and start deboarding. There you go. With that, we've completed another flight in MSFS on VATSIM. I also need to stop the block timer. That's probably a good idea. Anyway, with that, we finished another flight on Microsoft Flight Simulator in the NEO.
Easy 373 Papa, contact Edinburgh radar on 121.2. Goodbye.
Over to Edinburgh radar on 121.2, Easy 373 Papa. Thanks very much for the service, mate.
Easy 373 Papa, just hold 1 before changing frequency. Edinburgh Tower's just come online, I think.
No problem at all, we'll hold before changing. Thanks very much, Easy 373 Papa.
I think my scroll wheel's sort of on its way out. Fantastic. Anyway, we've done another flight in the NEO. We've made it to Edinburgh alive, on time, probably. Had some very interesting ATC coverage coming in, and most of all, I hope you've all enjoyed that. So thank you very much for watching. I need to turn my beacon light off. Yeah, apologies, I've been a bit forgetful. A lot of stuff's happened recently, and I am fasting, so sort of my focus just isn't there. But regardless of that, I hope you've enjoyed it anyway. And thank you very much for watching. I shall see you again for the next video. Bye bye for now, and take care.